It seems very common in Ghost Recon Wildlands to run a loadout with an assault rifle and a sniper rifle. In fact, I usually do so myself in videos. You usually see me with an assault rifle and a sniper rifle. It's a good versatile loadout. Well, lately I've been wanting to do something a little more stealth oriented, and I know that me running the same loadout all the time gets boring. So I decided to try this, and this is a loadout I've mentioned in the last couple of videos, and you'll also see it in following videos. And it's based around stealth. I'll show you some clips of it here in a moment. I've put it to quite extensive use, and it's basically submachine gun. Now you can switch which weapon is in which hand. I'll explain that in a second, because that does have some bearing on how it works. It's also kind of like how you play. Submachine gun and assault rifle, essentially. So let's have a look at it here. I go with and I'll show you the decision behind using which ones I use. I use the Scorpion EVO 3, and I'm using the SR3M. I'm still using that. I've been using that since I picked this character up a few levels ago and began leveling. It's a really good assault rifle. I'll tell you why these are good for this. Pistol really is a matter of choice for you, as I've said before. It really is. This is just what I choose. Pistols really don't matter a whole lot, because if you're in stealth, which is pretty much the only situation where you would be using a pistol, then one shot's going to kill the enemy anyway. We're just talking about these today. Now, the decision of which weapon goes on which side, in other words, which is your main hand weapon and which is your offhand weapon, however you want to say it, the decision for that lies in, if you do use your pistol, remember that your main hand weapon is the first one you switch to. And usually when you switch off pistol, it's quite often an emergency switch to a weapon you need. The first weapon, the only weapon you can switch to, is your main hand weapon. So some people might want the assault rifle to switch to first. That's something I'm not sure I've ever mentioned. Maybe I have. But it's good to take that into consideration when designing any loadout. So the reason I'm using the Scorpion EVO 3, the main reason. Now, why did I pick this among other SMGs I could have chosen? Because from my testing, this has got to be the most accurate, dead-on. It shoots pretty much like an assault rifle. Even when you hold down and dump an entire magazine, it shoots vertically like an assault rifle. It doesn't wander off like the other SMGs. It shoots more narrow than this SR3M, it seems. The EVO 3 is a great weapon. Alright, let's have a look at this loadout in use. So here's the Scorpion EVO 3. Here's how I have it set up, and I'll show you the why between all the parts. Now, as I showed you, and you notice, this Scorpion shoots incredibly accurately and straight. It shoots exactly like a rifle does, and does not wander off to the side like other submachine guns. There's a couple things to that. One is probably just the Scorpion itself. The other thing is, now here's the parts I have. Optics are a matter of choice. I like the EXPS. It's just kind of my go-to. The real thing is these parts right here. The shift short angled grip is the go-to under barrel attachment for any submachine gun, because it kind of mitigates that wandering drift off to the side that submachine guns have. What angled grips do is they increase accuracy, and that's where submachine guns lack. That's why they wander off to the side. This is why you always want an angled grip. This is the best of the angled grips. I have made a video on how to set up a Scorpion EVO 3 before, and this is exactly how you do it. Shift short angled grip. Now I run a long barrel. I run a long barrel. It increases accuracy even more and decreases recoil. Anything that adds weight to the front of the weapon decreases recoil. So this is going to increase accuracy. It says it increases damage too, but that's kind of hard to verify. This is going to increase accuracy and it adds weight to the weapon. So it narrows the shot pattern even closer and down. And the suppressor is going to do the same. Of course, suppressors add time that it takes the bullet to travel to the enemy, of course, but it doesn't matter in a submachine gun because this is a close-range stealth weapon. So yeah, these are all the things, these parts right here are going to make it the best handling, the most accurate that it can be, you know, with as few trade-offs as possible. It's a very short, quiet, and of course, if you didn't notice, it has an incredibly high rate of fire. Now let's go to the SR3M. This one I chose a while back, as you probably saw, and I've stuck with it. Now this is a stealth build, and here I'm using an assault rifle with no suppressor. Well, because for the stealth, all you need is the pistol and the submachine gun. And if things get out of control, which not only happens all the time, but oftentimes is just required, or I believe there's one clip where you see me stealthily approach an Unidad base, and even though I don't want to be seen, I take the first couple of shots at snipers with this because I'm far enough from the base that they won't hear it even though it's unsuppressed. Okay, the SR3M. So this is what you would switch to when you get noticed, or if a part of the mission requires you to be loud, or if you need to make really long, deadly accurate shots. The SR3M is incredibly accurate for such a short assault rifle. It is, for its length, it's the most accurate assault rifle there is. Here, believe it or not, we have it equipped with the long barrel. So here's the parts I have on the SR3M. Use whatever optics you want. Now I'm using the EXPS and G33 because I get the same sight picture as my SMG because it uses an EXPS. So that's kind of a good thing to have one common sight picture between both your weapons. You know, I think that's okay. Consistency is always good. And then I can flip up the G33 and get some extra zoom for when I'm taking out snipers or whatever else. And this thing has some great range on it. So we're going to be using this weapon when we're not using the SMG, which means we don't need this for stealth. It doesn't need to be quiet. This is our all, utility weapon. It's of a lot of power in a very compact little package. Long barrel for accuracy, damage, more weight on the front. It keeps the recoil down. The reason I have Rangefinder, even more accuracy out of it. There's not a lot of side rail attachments that actually do you any good. I haven't found any noticeable increase in anything with the 3-dot laser. I can't say it really does much of anything. Nothing that I've been able to measure. Same really goes for this, except it adds a little bit of weight and will suppress your recoil a little bit, but then so does the rangefinder. The laser sight is very useful in co-op, of course. None of these really seem to make a whole lot of difference, but rangefinder does add a notable reduce in bullet drop over range. And as I usually play alone. You see me do a lot of co-op. I usually play alone. The point is, I had the rangefinder. This thing shoots really straight at even over 200 meters. It's still shooting really straight, which is really pretty decent range for taking out snipers most occasions, and that's far enough away they're not going to hear you unsuppressed, which comes down to here. Have the compensator V2. The V2 compensator. If you know you're not going to run a suppressor, this is one of the best tools you can have. It decreases recoil significantly and adds to accuracy. It's an incredible tool. So if you know you're not going to run a suppressor, put this on. And because we have the EVO 3, we have everything we need for stealth right here between this and my pistol. That's the psychology behind this loadout, and it works really well. Another great thing about this loadout is it's good for teamwork, because a lot of people do run sniper rifles. When you're playing co-op, you don't need everyone on the team having a sniper rifle, and that's the exact situation where I came up with this, where my co-op partner had a sniper rifle, and I'm doing infiltration on the ground. This is all you need. Overall, it's a great compact loadout. It looks good, it feels good, it sounds good. Man, this thing fires so fast and accurately, as you can see in the video clips I provided. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you like the content, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Until next time, and next time I will be back with another video showing this loadout. I will see you then, guys.